Que bola, wang guam, EIE best friends, God, goddess, morning, day, afternoon, evening, whenever you see this video. How you vibing today thus far, friend? I hope all is well. I hope all is blessed. For my friends coming back, you already know the vibes. Bienvenida, Preta. Welcome, Black. Black is for expansion. For my new friends, bienvenida. Welcome. I am a real journey in these social media streets, the rare Black alicorn, and on my channel, I like to talk about the energetic self-love, soul contracts, soul ties, astrology, tarot, and our brain waves, patterns, and frequencies, aka you, in, and of your soul's vibration in our energetic connections between our individual and collective energies to our physical selves, friend. So at the end of the day, you know how to walk in both these energetic and physical streets, because at the end of the day, your whole vibe, and we're all here to have the best and healthiest lives in all aspects of our life, the best way we can, period. Right. So I saw that with that being said, let's dive into this high vibrational conversation and spill this energetic detox tea, mi cariños, for today's collective self-love reading. So friends, as of recently on my journey within myself, I've been thinking how I just want to be soft in a world and in my culture. You know, as a Black woman, it's embedded into us as a culture to not be soft, because ultimately it was robbed from us through history. But universally, collectively, no matter who you are and your lifestyle, a lot of people are too embedded with that same type of mindset and emotional state of being, of, you know, having to fight and prove yourself and whatnot in some type of way, shape, or form, especially men. And in my conversation too within myself, it made me think about the stereotypical gender roles of past, present, futures, and how the gender role stereotypes are being busted up in so many waves, in so many vibes, so many patterns and frequencies. And a lot of people are not comfortable with that, because of our societal traditions, histories of what this should be like and what this should look like. And in my opinion, everybody is trying to figure out what's right for them individually and what's wrong for them individually. You know, and on a personal level, first and foremost, and that's fine, because we're, at the end of the day, we're all here to be happy. And as long as you're not hurting somebody physically, mentally, and stuff like that, then what's the deal? What's the problem? You know, but it made me think of how all of it resonates to our souls individually, because we individually came here with purpose that is beyond what anybody in human form or non-human forms can tell you about, other than Mother God itself and your higher self. Everybody else's opinions, thoughts, and whatnot is theirs, and theirs alone, for what they came here for. Respect, you know. But ultimately, it's you in your mental and emotional spaces, aka you in and from your divine feminine emotional bodies, and you in and from your divine masculine mental bodies that created you and your physical worlds. At the end of the day, friend, everybody else is just adding, aka projecting onto you, and either they're doing it in a good way or a bad way, and you can be healthily aligned or unhealthily aligned to whatever everybody else is doing, because at the end of the day, it's affecting you in some type of way. We affect and affect each other in some type of way, right? And so for me, when it comes to our soul contracts, what I heard was, I just want to be soft. And being soft to me means being heard. And that's what a lot of us are doing within our relationships. Because our relationships are a reflection of you and how you perceive you. Because when you're heard, you're respected. And when you're respected, you feel love. And when you feel love, you feel liberated. Because that is what love does. That is what love initiates, especially self-love. And that's not easy because there's so many viewpoints and aspects of sound reasonings that adds either harmony or disharmony to you on what true love is, what true self-love is. So that at the end of the day, sometimes it's hard to hear yourself and what you actually want because there's so many other people's opinions. So that you can be soft and you don't have to fight and you don't have to defend yourself. It's like, okay, this is what I want, out of this experience. And this is what I want to feel out of this experience. Catch my vibes? Because at the end of the day, all of our existence in all of our relationships, we just want to be healthy. We want to be at peace and we want to feel protected. And we want to feel like we're protecting those that we love. Right. And the people in your life are a reflection of you to a certain extent. But the most important reflection of ourselves individually is how we interact and coincide with those in our life. If we find ourselves consistently at combat and defense with others in our life, it could be you and your parents, you and your person, meaning your wife, boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, you and your kids, friends, etc. At the end of the day, it just means that there's something within the both of you or however many people is involved and nobody's being heard, because that is what divine consciousness is all about to me. The spiritual battle, aka agreements of life from both your internal, external, feminine and masculine waves, vibes, patterns, and ultimately frequencies, meaning how you truly feel about you and your choices of who you allowed and disallowed into your life, your choices of the types of actions you made and those you didn't, but you truly wanted to. But life ultimately is about learning and being open to actually learn, because there's more to this world that meets the eye. And there's only one lifeline that can tell you what it is. Catch my vibes? And ultimately, life is about feeling like I'm doing what I need to do for me to feel my love, all while feeling my pains and my sorrows. But ultimately, it's my love for myself that is helping me, supporting me, ultimately to get me through anything and everything that I both consciously and unconsciously did and chose to align to, regardless if I was healthily or unhealthily aware of it at the end of the day. Catch my vibes? Nobody else, no matter who it is in your life, can do that for you. Nobody makes the decisions for you. Like I said, they either are adding to it healthily or they're adding to it unhealthily. But overall, it's you where you are at mentally and emotionally, which is why you end up where you are emotionally, physically. Catch my vibes? So, with today being Friday, and Fridays are ruled by Venus, and this Friday happens to fall on the 15th, it's all about the devil card energy in tarot. And in astrology and numerology, from those perspectives, we're all, in some type of way, shape, or form in some areas of our life, not actually hearing our own consciousness of our internal divine masculine energies, aka mindset, and our mental processing, and to our divine feminine energies and emotional states of beings, aka our dark energy, aka our subconsciousness, where our thoughts, emotions, and emotional mental states of beings is being created, because we in our physical forms, we're the ones that's actually co-creating it with, our happiness within our own self-owned and self-owning energies, meaning our viewpoints, our opinions, and overall perspectives of yourself. And you're using and utilizing your highest consciousness as well as your highest unconscious viewpoints and upcoming energetic to physicalities perspectives of what love looks like to you. Therefore, your self-creating and self-co-creating, not only within yourself, but within others' energies. And nobody honestly doesn't even know it. Ultimately, we don't pay attention to consciousness, respectfully saying. Ultimately, friends, the devil card to me is just an energy that's saying we individually should invest in focusing just a little bit more on your emotional and mental states of beings and where you're going mentally and emotionally, because that is you ultimately saying, hey, this is the type of love and life I want to live, because your mind and your heart flows to what you're most conscious of, regardless of how aware you are of both, where you're actively being conscious of yourself as well as actively being unconscious of yourself in healthy ways and unhealthy ways simultaneously, because your awareness of your thoughts and emotions is so key to overcome your own quote unquote inner devil energies, because your choices, no matter who added to you, both healthily or unhealthily, is to be used and utilized to keep you in them stuck and keep you distracted from the blessings of self-love you both are truly wanting to see within your life and the physical perspective within each other. So just remember that we're all in the fire together, but at the same time, we don't have to be in the fire together. Catch my vibes? Now let's get into the energetic message numbers of 15. Meaning of the 1 and the 5 aspects of 15, which is today. Now, 1 is attached to the Magician card in tarot. 1 is connected to the first astrological house in astrology, which is the house of ascension. And 1 in numerology is ultimately about new beginnings, fresh starts, healthier overdues, because 5 is attached to the Hierophant card in tarot. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the specific meanings of each tarot card, the Hierophant card energetically symbolizes a higher belief, and is ruled by the Taurus zodiac, and it also has an earth element. And the Taurus zodiac is a fixed energy, which too is ruled by the planet Venus. So it's right on point with today, right? And with Venus being connected to our feminine air energy, I see it all as far as from a higher perspective. It's all about asking ourselves, where are we stuck at in how we speak to ourselves lovingly? Are we truly speaking love into ourselves, or are we arguing with ourselves in our minds? Because you got to think about it. With Taurus being a fixed energy, it's ultimately saying that I am fixed somewhere and I am fixated on being this type of person and showing up for myself in this type of way. Catch my vibes? Because it's an earth element, and earth elements is all about, when it comes to the zodiac signs, that's our earth elements, I should say. It's all about the things that you embody, that you're embedded in, that you've grounded. Like you got it down pat. This part of you to a T, or you should, because it's you. But it's also the area, especially with Taurus energy being linked up to Venus, and the number 1 and within the 15 and things like that. I mean, not the number 1, the number 5. It's ultimately saying, okay, why am I fixated to be fixed here? Why am I choosing to be stuck here? And you got to look at it as well, even in the areas where you're successful at. Why are you choosing to stay in this energy? So that way, that could always be a reminder to you, giving yourself a pat on the back, you giving yourself your gold stars. Overall, you acknowledging yourself for you before anybody else can acknowledge you. Like, if anybody else acknowledge you, cool, good. It's great that other people acknowledge you. It's great that other people see your beauty, your growth, and things like that. Overall, they're going to see you anyway. regardless if they're in agreement with you or not. Because at the end of the day, once again, we are our first aspects of being is our energy, and people are going to pick up on that regardless, if they're in alignment with you or not. People see you without actually seeing you, because we feel each other's energy each and every day. But ultimately, the 5 aspect of 15 within the devil energy is all about just making sure you are staying on top of you are staying on top of your toes, and you are actually standing 10 toes down for you, first and foremost, healthily. We not about that toxicity over here. We not about the imbalance. We want the smoke, but not too much smoke. You feel me? But anyway, friend, it's all just to make sure that you are crossing your T's, dotting your I's. That's how I look at it when the devil energy come around, quote unquote, as they say. That's the purpose of the devil card, to understand, what you are actually calling in, because that's what the 1 aspect is. Like I said, musician energy. The musician is the you being within your energy, willing in what it is you want, regardless of what it is. It's what you want from your soul, because we could speak what we want, but if we are not energetically in alignment with it, which we always are, to be honest, it's just that sometimes we got to learn certain things to actually I'm hearing the word weave out the things that we don't want. Like you're letting things go, but at the same time you're building, you're creating, you're weaving, you're like, I'm just picturing someone weaving, and it's like a blanket, a blanket protects you, things like that. It blocks you from being cold, things like that. So it's like you're actually doing what you need to do for you, but to be more comfortable within you. That's what I just heard. But overall, friend, 15 altogether, the devil card energy, is all to make sure that when you're experiencing doubt, fear, confusion, any type of emotional and mental states of being like that, it's just a reflection of your lower aspects that are currently in balance, So moving on to what else 5 is connected to. So 5 is connected to the 5th house in astrology, and that's the house of self-pleasure and creativity. Think about that. We all want to be pleased, in all types of ways and stuff. We want to have a pleasurable life. And so, but it's all about what you do to create it. So remember that part when you think of today, as well as 5 in numerology. From a numerology purpose, it means major life changes. Why? Because you're working within your highest belief of what love is, and you are willing to do what you need to do, hopefully healthily and healthier, to obtain, actually align with your higher belief of what self-love is to you. Whatever, in all aspects of your life where you are both winning and not winning. Catch my vibes, friend? So that's the whole purpose of today, because we're literally built to be about ourselves. As selfish as it sounds, we have to remember that we're just the physical aspects of our soul who came here to have an adventure, but at the same time is on a mission for whomever you look like, right now, and whomever you look to as your source of all creations. And at the end of the day, you are your main purpose in physical form. It's it's you trying to figure out how to do, how to live your best life in the most peaceful and peace-felt way, and actually be in that energy, obtain that energy, maintain that energy, sustain that energy. So that way, at the end of the day, you don't mess up your soul contract within yourself, as well as you're not disturbing the other contracts, aka relationships you have with other people. And so you got to really think about that and on our journeys, because us being adults, we're adults by number or age, but we are not, honestly, respectfully saying, and I'm including myself, I realize that a lot of us are not adults when it comes to our mental and emotional states of being, because as adults, we supposed to be grown AF, right? Right. And when you're grown, you're supposed to have a certain mindset and emotional state of being. That's what society says. But unfortunately, we don't. A lot of us are not confident in a lot of ways and areas of our life. Therefore, we seek guidance from each other. But we forget that at the end of the day, we have a soul. We came here for a reason, and the first person who could tell you about you is your higher self and Mother God of us all, period. So that's pretty much what today's energy is all about when it comes to self-love. So hopefully that helps you in and on your journeys in life, as far as who you're around, why things may work out, why things don't work out in life. Sorry, my video cut off, but I'm going to end this video right here, friend. Just remember, you're the first physical creator and co-creator of your life, because ultimately you make your decisions. Everybody else is adding either healthily or unhealthily to your energy, but it's ultimately up to you on if you'll continue to ride with that person and or experience or not. I wish you well today in your day. I hope you have an amazing, blessed up day, friend. Stay peace, love, and bliss, and I'll see you in the next video or the astral realms. Bye.